What's happening, everybody? You're tuned in to another episode of Off the Yard, and today we're talking about prison justice. When it goes right and when it goes wrong. Let's go. Man, it's been a long week, guys, and I'm going to tell you, I'm getting used to this microphone thing, but I'm doing my best. So if I get a little extra with it, don't mind me. I'm a little extra sometimes. But today we're talking about prison justice. Today we're talking about when the court system and the justice system fails, what happens on the inside of some people that have done heinous crimes. You know, we talked about the chomos and the diddlers and the bleacher creatures and all the things. But those aren't the only people that do heinous shit. Those aren't the only people that do things that are unforgivable, even to us, right? A lot of us, if you guys can really sit back and get your step outside the box. Yes, we broke the law. Yes, we've been to prison. Yes, all those things. But we're also fathers. We're also sons. We're brothers. And when you do something to hurt somebody that's weaker than you, there's a lot of us that don't like bullies. I've never liked bullies. I hate a bully. I've never been a bully. Being a bully is kind of like the lowest part of the totem pole you can be on. Especially when it comes to kids, women, old people. I was going down the road waiting for the van. I'd already been sentenced. And there was these three guys, these three kids, young dudes. They had scoped out this guy who was a jeweler. They thought he was a jeweler. Later on, they come to find out that really he wasn't a jeweler. He worked at a jewelry store. He was like the manager. But what they did was they followed him to a hookah bar and sat on him, waited, followed him to his house, broke into his house, tied him, his wife, and their kids up. Now, obviously, this didn't go well. And I don't really want to go into great detail about what happened, but there was a time during this home invasion that they were making the wife get on the table and twerk for them, while the husband had to sit there and watch. While their two children had to sit there and watch. What on earth would possess you to tie up a family and make the wife twerk? I mean, what type of retarded shit goes on in your brain for that? But they did. Well, they couldn't get this guy to open his safe that they thought he had because they thought he was a damn jeweler. He's telling me, I just work at the jewelry store. I can't get into the jewelry store. You guys, you got it wrong. Well, they start to get high and drunk in the house with the people tied up. They start throwing this little party. This is weird, man. Think about it. This is very strange. Well, of course, they got locked up. Thank God, nobody was sent to the upper room during this home invasion. But it was, still very heinous, dude. And for you to do something like that and then come to the prison system and act like you're a tough guy just because you got 24 years or 30, because they got a gang of time for it. One of them got like 30 some years, one of them got 24 years, one of them got like 17 years. I mean, they got dinging them, ding, 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 right? Which they should have got. If you do some shit like that, you should go to prison for the rest of your life because there's something wrong with you. But they were bragging about it. They thought it was funny. They thought it was hilarious. And to some of them little young dudes, it was. That's the problem you have in prison as well, is like you have that generation gap. You have old heads, you have convicts, true to blue convicts. I myself am a convict. If I go to jail right now, I will immediately become jail. I'll become a convict. I will have respect. I know how to carry myself. I know what not to do. I know where not to go. I know what not to say. These little dumb shits come in here and act like it's a game. They're partying. They're having a good time. Their mom and dad are sending them $100 a week. They're making swolls. They're playing poker, spending all their family's money up while they eat honey buns in jail. Talking about my girl. Your girl. You ain't got no girl, bro. You better get you a boy. So, my girl and his two buddies, people were getting real tired of hearing, them brag about the situation and the crime. So a couple dudes got together. I was not one of them. I was waiting to go down the road. I wasn't in the mood to do any prison justice. I was so fed up with the system at this point, man. I had just gotten 8 years for a bar fight. I want you to put your head around that. How many of you guys been in a bar fight? Can you imagine getting in that bar fight and getting locked up and never coming home for 8 years? No bond. Smash some dude in the bar and you get 8 years for it in Virginia. F around and find out. They don't care. Come on vacation, leave on probation. That's how we roll, right? Well, I was mainly saying to myself, man, I was sitting in my cell a lot, just waiting on a van, dude. Because you can sit in our jail for 5 years waiting to go to prison. You start making a lot of noise, getting street cases, they're going to keep you there. Because they're not going to transfer you back, transport you back and forth to court. So I'm chilling. But some of the old heads was getting sick of it, man, and they caught one of them coming out the shower. Had his shower shoes on, got his VO5, just doing his thing, right? Next thing you know, ooh, and it's like when prison justice happens, when prison violence happens, it's something that is just, you feel it in the air. It's like an eerie kind of silence. Silence. It's something that you feel immediately, the tension. I was in my cell and I knew something was getting ready to pop off because it got real quiet. When it gets quiet in prison, man, something's getting ready to jump. And you don't always know what it's going to be, but you just deal with it. Because then hopefully it ain't you. Hopefully you're not the target. I've been the target, and I've targeted people. Either end isn't good because there's consequences behind it. You see what I'm saying? So that being said, they got one of them. He goes to the hole. The 3 dudes that get him go to the hole, and so his 2 little buddies are still in the pod, which is weird to me that they put all 3 of them in the same pod. Usually they don't put co-defendants on a high-profile case like that in the same pod, but they were in there, probably because they were young. One of them was only 17. Now, we had tried to school them kids. Look, people's tired of hearing that. We don't want to hear about you making that young woman twerk on that table, man, because it's kind of like you're kind of a chomo for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of a weirdo. So calm that down. Relax yourself. Rest your neck. Go press the bunk, bro. So, second one, we're playing basketball. Now, basketball can get kind of hectic too, man. If anybody's ever played jail basketball, you know what I'm talking about. Elbows getting thrown. There's a lot of angst in that little gym area. Wherever you got in your jail, we had a cell basically with a basketball hoop with the roof cut out. That was our jail. That was our rec yard. It was small. We could play like a quarter of a basketball game, right? Whatever. We figured it out. I like playing basketball. I'm pretty good at it, actually. Now, when I'm having a bad day, though, I'm going to throw this 240 around and someone's hitting that wall. Just because, dude. Because I don't want to be here and I'm getting tired of playing basketball with you lames and I'm just tired. I'm ready to go. Well, they're out there playing game, whatever. I don't remember like exactly how it got sparked, but I just remember looking out there because you got a big glass wall. And I'm looking out there and all of a sudden I just see 5 or 6 guys just clutching. Blah, blah, blah. And it was them 2 dudes against everybody else. And I think that this is something that builds up in prison, man. And prison justice is something that maybe it doesn't happen automatically, okay? But a lot of times these guys with these bad charges, they go PC up and they sit behind that door and they go in the hole and they're talking crap. Oh, I'll do it to your kids. Or I'll go do it to your wife when I get out. And in your mind, you're like, damn, this dude probably will get out before me. That's the irony of it, bro. Is that these dudes do these heinous crimes, these kids, and get 2 or 3 years. I beat up a bouncer and get almost a decade, man. The fuck? Does that make sense to you? Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense, because I can't. The judges, the DAs, the Commonwealths, all these people who have invested money, they invest these monies in these jails so they can make a profit off the people they lock up, which is asinine to me, how that's even legal. Then you protect the very people who are the biggest predators on the planet. Gangbangers are going to shoot each other, bro. Gangsters and thugs are going to beat up other gangsters and thugs. 9 times out of 10, it's more violence on each other. But these pedophiles, something has to be done. Go look up your registry. I bet you got balloons popping up all over the place. It's scary. I got kids. You know, in my opinion, touch one of mine, you're going in the ground. That's a fact. I don't care about the police. I'm not calling them. For what? So you can go sit in the cell for 18 months and come home? Nah, we'll just take care of it right now, buddy. And that's what prison justice is all about. People have enough of that running your mouth. People have enough of that talking shit. People have had enough of seeing your dumb ass on the news with your weird ass case and seeing those kids' faces in our dreams, bro. Because we see them. Because you're talking about it all the time. You think it's cute. Oh, well, you guys just don't understand. It's a sickness. Well, you know what you do with a sick dog? You take him behind the shed and blow his brains out. That's what you do. That's my opinion. Just my opinion. But who am I, right? Just a white boy from the trailer park at the end of the day. But I know a thing or two about a thing or two. And those people don't rehabilitate. They don't. They come out and they do the same thing. Just a little bit better, man. So I plead with the system. I'm begging the system, making this video. Why should prisoners have to do justice on these people when it's your job? Your job as a judge. Your job as a DA. Your job as a fucking cop. To serve justice. Protect and serve. Not lock up, lock up, lock up. Protect and serve. Do your job, man. Let's go. Hey, much love to the Gladiator Gang. Salute to all the A1s from day one. And as always, you beautiful sons of bitches, happy 4th of July. Stay up, stay out. Stay sucker free, baby.